Well, prescribing Palestine Action turns out to be a heck of a lot easier than passing a bill to save $5 billion from the welfare budget, because MPs have just now voted to proscribe Palestine Action as a terrorist organisation. They are due to join the list alongside ISIS, Al-Qaeda and other serious groups after they caused damage to those planes at the RAF base in Brize Norton in Oxfordshire, spraying red paint over them, putting those out of service, potentially costing a lot of money to get those checked out and back in service, ready to help protect this country. Let's just take a quick look back at that footage of them sneaking into the RAF base at night and spray painting those planes. And this is not just any old vandalism, this is not just spray painting a shop window, this is spray painting planes that are crucial to defending this country, keeping our citizens safe, and that's why this matter has been taken particularly seriously. So let's take a look at the detail of what is going on with this vote. So very big majority, 385 MPs voted to proscribe the group. Only 26 voted against, and stay with me because I will show you who those 26 nutcases are in just a moment. But anyway, the Terrorism Act 2000 has been amended to include Palestine Action. They've also thrown in a couple of other groups at the same time, the Maniacs Murder Cult and the Russia Imperial Movement. I don't know much about those groups, but I think Maniacs Murder Cult sounds quite concerning at the very least. But it is not all done yet. We've had MPs vote in favour, massively in favour of prescribing the group, but it's got to go through the House of Lords as well. But if all goes ahead, as I expect it probably will, then at midnight on the 9th of July, so it's now the 2nd of July, so in a week's time, it will become law if all goes through successfully. And after that, that means it will be a criminal offence to be a member of Palestine Action, punishable by up to 14 years in prison. But it may not be all smooth sailing to get this group prescribed, despite the massive majority today in the vote by MPs, because of course there is a legal challenge, as with everything these days. So Palestine Action are seeking a legal challenge against the government's bid to prescribe it. Sky News are reporting, with a hearing expected on Friday to decide whether its prescription can be temporarily blocked, pending further proceedings to decide whether a legal challenge can be brought. So, yes, I am bringing you good news today, but I cannot confirm for absolute certain whether this is going to go ahead, because there could well be a legal challenge, and God knows, maybe they can have 10 appeals if they lose the legal challenge as well. You know what it's like these days. I mean, we can't even deport anyone from this country without a million different appeals in the legal system. So let's see what happens. But looking hopeful so far. These are the 26 MPs who voted against prescribing Palestine Action. Some people here who are absolutely no surprise. So Diane Abbott is in there. You have got Jeremy Corbyn in there. You've got Zara, the woke sultana, is in there, who was a Labour MP, had the whip removed from her in July last year, so she is now on that list down with Jeremy Corbyn. You've also got Tahir Ali on there, who is one of the Birmingham MPs. He is the one who essentially asked for blasphemy laws in the Houses of Parliament. He also stood up and gave a PMQ when Rishi Sunak was Prime Minister, and rather than talking about matters of his own constituency, of course made it all about Gaza, and said that Rishi Sunak had the blood on his hands of the children of Gaza. He is also campaigning for an airport in Pakistan, rather than focusing on the piling up bins in Birmingham and the rats running around the streets everywhere. So that's who that guy is, in case you guys didn't recognise the name. Clive Lewis. Anyone who knows Clive Lewis knows he is very much a wokey. Nadia Whittome, another one who is not surprising there, always kicking up a fuss and being woke as can be. I will not show you all of their contributions in the debate, but let's just take a little look, a little snippet at Diane Abbott's contribution.
I will give way.
Diane Abbott.
On the question of Palestine Action, the Minister will be aware that very many of us in this chamber think that Palestine Action is in a different category from the other two organisations she's seeking to prescribe. And can I ask him, is he aware that several UN special rapporteurs, including those protecting human rights, say that they have contacted the UK government to say that acts of protest that damage property but are not intended to kill or injure people should not be treated as terrorism?
Well, I am grateful to the Mother of the House because I think she makes an important point. Before I respond to it, let me just say very politely and very gently, I hope, to her and to others, if the actions of the particular group that we are considering at the moment had been conducted by an organisation who held different ideological motives, my strong sense is that she and some of her colleagues would be strongly recommending that the government moved to prescribe them. I have to say that is, I'm afraid, the conclusion that I have arrived at. Now, she specifically mentioned the point about the United Nations. We did, as a government, receive a letter from the UN Special Procedures mandate holders. This was at the end of 2024, and the UK government provided a full response to this, which has been published. But I would just sort of gently say to her that ultimately, matters relating to our national security and ensuring that we keep the public safe are very much matters for this.
So there we go. That was Diane Abbott's question. You had various other questions asked by Jeremy Corbyn and others as well. A lot of them just taking issue with the fact that this vote for putting Palestine Action on the proscribed list was along with those two other groups, and they would have preferred to vote on those separately. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. Do you think Palestine Action should be regarded as a terrorist organisation, or do you think there should be some other sort of category where you can ban an organisation but it is because they cause criminal damage? Do you think that causing damage to planes on an RAF site, i.e. not directly harming civilians but potentially indirectly because you are harming national security that protects these citizens by putting those planes out of service, do you think that should count as terrorism and lead to this group being put down as a prescribed terror organisation? Let me know what you think in the comments below. We will of course keep an eye to see what happens with various legal challenges and whatnot, so make sure you subscribe to the Reason channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any more updates.